American embassies deceitfully exploit black populations. American embassies deceitfully exploit black populations. Hello again, my people. SkyWalker here with a glint of light for you. One of the best ways to suppress a people or a race in the world is to prevent them from traveling. This is the exact reason why Britain and America does not want black and African countries to have that opportunity. They don't even want Africans that were brought to the diaspora as slaves to be able to travel to Africa. However, they know how to cause an imbalance to seem equal. See, they make those imbalances and they know how to make them seem equal in the eyes of the Africans they deceive. In order to treat you unfairly without you noticing, they point the finger one way while blindsiding you into believing that they are being just. This is what they do all day. The evil deals you are deceived to agree with compel unequal outcomes for you that only American or British citizen can travel to your country, but you cannot travel to theirs. By maintaining focus on superficial faults of yours to the degree that you forget their own bigger faults, they turn to you the guilt for their evil actions, the actions they do, the evil they do. They twist the storyline and make you feel the guilt for them. Like, for example, when they say, why are these people coming to our country? They are the ones that destroy and destabilize the countries they are talking about. Like Margaret Thatcher's son. You remember Margaret Thatcher? Margaret Thatcher's son could go to Africa to steal gold or other resources by causing a coup in that country. That's what his intention was. Going to Africa to a certain country, causing a coup in that country, determined to take thousands of African lives for mere distraction. So it would be a big distraction so they can go in and steal the resources. While they are blindsiding you that your citizen might go to England or America to smoke some weed, you forget what they do is worse than what they even say you are going in their country to do. Many people wonder why England see countries like Jamaica as Commonwealth, but you still need a visa to travel to England. And then Mark Golding is here talking about dual citizenship is nothing. Man, go back to England. Yes, it is unethical what they say. It is unethical. Britain went with that rule for a while until they realized how much they could make with a visa system. For there was a time when Jamaicans could go to England without a visa, and then they started stopping you and sending back a lot of Jamaicans, and then they say, okay, visa. Always a little, a plan, and they find excuses. They make it look real, even when it's obvious that it's screwed up, and then they start to exploit. They are the ones that treat integrity like it is a sin, but they will point fingers claiming that you lack the honor. And I want you to open your eyes. By the time you open your eyes, you will see what I'm saying. America does not really want you in their country, but they want to be all up in yours. They allow a few of you in to make it look like even friendship. They set up a quota per year, and the immigration cannot give any more visas than this number. But how does these embassies make so much money when only so little visas are granted? Here is where the thieving comes in. You see, they steal. That's what America and Britain always do to Africans. Britain has a legacy of pirates, agents, operatives, or whatever you call them, stealing for the crown from as long as Britain was established. Before Britain stole molten iron from the Jamaicans and took the patent, it was a pirate that worked for the British crown who brought the word about it to Britain. Then Britain cooked up a story of indictment, sent troops to Jamaica, locked down the factory, and took it off to England on behalf of the partner that informed them for a major share in the piracy job. Then Britain turned coat. They turned coat on their partner, robbed their partner of his share, although the partner was honest in his part with the British crown. But this is to show the way the royal families work. Crystal Palace is but one example of that stolen legacy from Jamaica. And these days in history, just a few days ago in the 90s, a British man named Mark Golding that came here gave advice to Omar Davis in Finsack and destroyed the Jamaican version of Wall Street. They took down the fast rising black middle class in Jamaica. Many black Americans might be shocked to hear this because they fail to realize that this white man's bandage did not stop in America. Other black nations did enough to rise, just like black America. Jamaica and Haiti even did so more recently than black America. And there is no way for black America to say that those other black people that went to America did not contribute. Not even the Haitian, for example, the Haitians cannot say that Jamaicans didn't contribute to Haiti and vice versa. Because if you read about the greatest hero in Haiti, it could have well been a Jamaican. And this is how it always worked. Yeah, Ashanti Nani of the Maroon came here from Ghana, West Africa. So this is how it always works. It's always one plantation from here to Africa. When black Americans talk about what they did and it's because of what they did, why Africans can go to black America, it's foolishness. Where did the West get the gold and all that they used to build America? The black Americans didn't till the land in black America and go to Africa and bring the gold to America. It's everything. It's just one part. It's just one simple part. We all had the same problems. All. Now, how does the American embassy loot all these African and Caribbean countries? In fact, before I go there, I want to remind Black America that in the West Coast alone, just in one region, 53 million were killed. 53 million Africans were killed. I think it was in the Ivory Coast or Congo. I'm not remembering off the top of my head right now. But 53 million was killed one time. How many Americans have ever been killed one time? How many millions are black people are in America now? So instead of this back and forth thing, remember again that when a Nigerian says something, just listen and try to find out what the person thinks of it. A Chinese did that recently in Jamaica and we didn't cuss. We found the truth in what he said. There's always a truth in it, right? So just look for that little part that is the truth, and the part that you think is insult, forget about it. Because remember, you black Americans, your relationship with Jamaicans, go to Africa and you are the ones that they saw portraying Jamaicans. It wasn't the white person who the Africans discovered about Jamaica and work. It's not Bob Marley, right? It's you, black Americans, are the ones that portray Jamaicans as just low life criminals smoking weed and talking about bomber clot. Remember that. And the Jamaicans are not cussing. We didn't go around and scream and shout and stuff like that. We take it and we look at our own problems, but we are not like that. We are not like everybody in Jamaica is not a gunman or a dreadlocks. And as a matter of fact, Rastafari are not violent people. And I mean, me being in America and people are asking me if we have colored TV down here. So people say things about people. You know, we have to always take a cerebral approach, and that's what I keep saying. So don't blame a Nigerian for saying something. Black Americans are the ones that are used to cultivate because they give them like, for example, they turn them into idols, or you call it deities, and give them an image so that others look up to them, and then they are the one that drive the culture, right? So people will look up on P Diddy, and if P Diddy says something wrong, the Africans are going to look up on P Diddy as an idol. The Black Americans are the ones that they use for that, because the Black Americans are under their wings, and the first thing that they did was that they took away the fathers from the families of Black America. If somebody says something and it's true, why just cuss, 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 cuss? That's not going to solve anything. We, the Jamaicans, face it. And to be honest, it was at the hand of the Black Americans that paint us that way. And it wasn't nice. But we didn't run around screaming, screaming, screaming. And all you were saying was not true. We were not in Jamaica living in zinc fence. We were not in Jamaica um um running around with all of us dreadlocks and Rastaman shooting guns, Rastaman shooting guns, and everybody smoking weed. No, that's not us. And go to the Africans, go all over the world. It's the black Americans that portray that to us about us, not the white man. No, let's get back to the story. How does the American embassy loot all these African and Caribbean countries? Well, let's say the quota number of visas allotted for a particular year is 5,000 for Jamaica, and the visa fee is 200 US dollars. It would mean that they would make $1 million for the year, right? On the other hand, Jamaica would not be charging for visas for American citizens to enter Jamaica. But that's a different story for now. As I said, the white supremacist countries know the difference between people that travel and people that do not, right? The black Americans have started traveling more now, and it's going to be a good thing. It's going to show in a chart while you're going to see, right? So they know the difference between people that travel and people that do not. They come to the black country, steal its resources, destabilize it, and then wonder why black people want to leave their countries looking for opportunities. Not even Satan himself could be as heartless when you think about it. For we hear the evil man's rhetoric all day, don't we? What the American embassy will do about their 5,000 visa quota is this: they will take unlimited visa applications from prospective travelers. Let's say they took 100 times the number of applications in 1 year. They would collect the amount of money for 5,000 visas, when in fact, sorry, they would collect the amount of money for 500,000 visas, when in fact the number of visas they would actually deliver would only be 5,000. Wrap your head around that. It would only be 5,000, which is the fixed quota number. So for $1 million worth of applications, they would collect $100 million. Most people would see this as fraud at the most, or at the least unfair trade. However, you must remember that this is natural for European and countries, including America. I'm not saying America is in Europe, but you get what I mean. It is natural for European countries that have a cheating, to put it mildly, mindset. It does not matter to them that it is immoral. They do even worse consistently. Consistently. God and history has recorded this judgment. I watch and I record. They will lag on getting Africans connected with their spouses overseas because they have a systemic racist appeal to all they do. On the other hand, getting to your spouse in Jamaica would be very easy. When these people collect all the visa applications, they already know that 9 out of 10 will be turned down for whatever trumped up reasons they can or will choose to claim. We know that just like how most Americans are qualified to visit Jamaica, most Jamaicans are qualified to visit America. But the problem is that they can always apply superficial reasons, and it is what they will do. It is what they will do all day, every day. When they collect that hypothetical 100 million, they already know that their real value is only 1 million. However, they let the ones they will turn down come and go to the process for no honest reason whatsoever. And then they turn them down and take their money, which actually is stealing. It's literally stealing. But that is America. I remember decades ago, I went to the American embassy and they turned me down for no apparent reason other than the chumped up bullshit stuff. I was walking away and she was telling me to take some reapplication form from her. I told this woman that it was okay, I did not need it because I wasn't going to reapply. Do you know that this woman behaved as if I was committing a crime and was insisting that I should take it to reapply? After I told this white woman for the umpteenth time that I was not interested, like I didn't have the right to choose not to want to apply for a American visa. She created a scene. Everybody was looking at me because of the scene that this deranged woman was making, as if I had no right to refuse a piece of paper telling me how to spend my money. I decided to hold on to it and throw it away outside of their office. Why was she insisting to the degree that I felt threatened? Because she wanted to make sure I reapplied and pay more money to those white supremacists. These white countries will go to Africa, mine resources in African countries, and bully the Africans to only accept a percentage of a percent reward and the value of their precious resources taken off their land. And I know that it is so ridiculous that I come off as being sarcastic for the figure I just quoted. So seriously, they want to take 99 plus percent and give the Africans less than a percentage point of their own resources. No, I mean it. I am serious, and this has nothing to do with sarcasm. Today, Africa moves to take charge of what belongs to them. Their biggest hurdles are the rooters of Africa. I said their biggest hurdles are not the white man. Their biggest hurdles are the rooters of Africa, right? The biggest threat to Africa are the rooters of Africa. Rooter, you are the threat to Africa and the people like you, like Museveni and these people. The rooters are the biggest threat to the black race, whether he's Museveni or Are this Yoruba guy in Nigeria? Are those are the type guys? Are Obama in America? Woo! That was one of the worst. So anyway, the Rutos are the biggest threat to the black race. And as soon as the Kenyans realize this, our race will do much better. As I said in one video, reparations will come by the white man doing the right thing, which would be better for him, or by the cosmic raining retributions, which would likely be too much for him to bear. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.